So if you're seeing this video, that means that you want to know about Mass Effect Invasion. You want to hear all the juicy spoilers that I have to say. And if you don't, click out. If that was a mistake, click out, because I have another one with no spoilers. But this one is going to have spoilers. I'm going to go into what the first issue of Mass Effect Invasion is all about. It basically starts off after Retribution, the novel, the third novel. And there were some issues in Retribution at the end with the Elusive Man and Arya, having to do with Paul Grayson. So things didn't end very well for the Elusive Man and Arya in Retribution. But in the comic, it says that Arya, if there's a benefit in a partnership or in a relationship, she stays in it. Especially if it's something that is worth staying in. Like if she's getting a lot of money or something out of it that is worth it, she'll stay in it. So she still has relations with Cerberus, and it seems like things are going good. Cerberus established a lot of stations, like they're on the other side of the Omega 4 relay, investigating a lot of the Reaper stuff and a lot of the collector technology. So since they are researching so much on the other side, Omega has turned into like a supply hub for Cerberus to be coming in and out in somewhere close to to the Omega 4 relay. And so that's how Arya is still teamed up with the Elusive Man, is the whole supplies thing. In the beginning of Invasion, this group, it doesn't say what group they were, but it's this group of like a Turian and a few Turians and a few like Solarians are going to attack an incoming Cerberus ship. And they think there's only they think that what's inside the Cerberus ships are supplies, because that's what Omega is being used for now. There's Cerberus ships coming in all the time. And so they're like, let's hijack that Cerberus ship, and we're going to get to keep everything in there. So that's what they do. They're about to hijack it, but once it lands, these crazy creatures come out. These weird looking things. Oh, look. The light looks like his eye. Those things. And they have like these crazy biotic powers. I said in a different video that I thought that they were Prothean, that they kind of looked like Protheans. But it turns out that they're just normal, they're husks. There's husks of some kind. And I don't think, it doesn't matter what race they are. Like, they all look like that. They're called adjutants. All these creatures come out of the Cerberus ship, and they start attacking, and they make their way to Afterlife. And Arya's men, actually one of the guys that came out in the books, I think his name was Anto, a Batarian. He came out in Retribution. He comes out in here, and they are attacking these creatures, and the creatures do this thing that they'll like slap you in the face, and they've got like this circle on their palm, and it just shoots out like this blue energy thing. And they're about to do that to Anto, and Arya just comes out of nowhere and like boom, like blows everything up. They kill a bunch of the creatures and stuff, and Arya's like, what the hell was that? And they don't know what happened, but they were like, it came on a Cerberus ship. And Arya's like, oh hell no. She thought, she was like, Cerberus just sent an attack on me? What? But immediately after, more Cerberus ships coming in, another Cerberus ship was coming in, and she's like, shoot it down. And someone contacts her, a General Oleg Petrovsky. He works for Cerberus. He basically tells them that he's gonna take down these other ships that were coming in with more monsters, because it wasn't just that one ship, there was more ships coming in, and this General Petrovsky, he starts shooting them down. So Arya's like, what? Cerberus ship, shooting down a Cerberus ship. So she's kind of like confused. She's like, wait, I thought they were Cerberus. What the hell's going on? She gets to talk to him later, and she's just like, what the hell are you doing? And they're like, this is not this is not those transport ships were not like, we didn't send them. We were fighting. We're fighting the same creatures that you were fighting, and she's like, how the hell did you get here so fast? How'd you know? And they were like, we knew they were coming over here. So he was like, we were already on our way. So Arya's like, I want to talk to the elusive man now. Look. He was just looking at me like, who is she talking to? And Anto's like, well, actually, he's already calling. And she goes into this room and she talks to the elusive man like a hologram. And the elusive man shows her this, like a video of these creatures escaping captivity on one of their bases. And he's like, they escaped. It's not like we sent them to attack you. They just escaped, and they went on the transportation shuttles, and they just got there. And Arya was like, what? She kind of like didn't really believe him at first, and she's like, are you serious? And she's like, tells him, she accuses him that he's gonna like put all the everybody in danger because of his tinkering with Reaper technology and all that. And she's like accusing him of all this stuff. And the elusive man shows a picture of him like really mad. I was like, what? He's like yelling at her, and he's like saying that that's the only way we're gonna know the enemy is to understand how they work and all that, and to understand their the techniques that they use and all that. And she's just like kind of wary about it all. And then the elusive man at the end, he says, we're both fighting, you know, your war is my war, we're both fighting the same thing. In the end, it's just the same damn thing. So when Arya goes back to the docking bay where they had killed all those creatures, and where all of those Turians and Solarians died, she finds that General Petrovsky and another guy, Colonel Ash, killing any survivors. And there's like this badly wounded Turian on the ground, and the guy just like cuts his throat, and Arya's like, what are you doing? And the guy's like, they're better off dead. And she's like, what? And right then and there, one of the Solarians, one of the corpses of the Solarians, turns into one of these things. That's why I think these adjutants look like that no matter what species they are. They could be, it's possible that they're probably the Solarian husk. But then it's like, all those adjutants that attacked in the beginning, were they all Solarians then? Does that mean that they were all Solarians? Why did Cerberus have so many damn Solarians? Where did they get those Solarians? And who were they? Why were they testing this stuff on them? It's kind of sad if they were all Solarians. So I don't know if that's, if the adjutant is the Solarian husk, or if no matter what race turns into this adjutant, it looks like that. So whether the Turian turned into an adjutant or the Solarian, it would have looked the same. So I don't know. That they didn't go into that in the comic as of yet. The Solarian turns into an adjutant and they kill him like almost immediately. And the guy's like, they're not as strong when they first turn. So he's like, that's when you're supposed to kill him right away. And even before then, if you could. And this Ash guy, the Colonel Ash, is like, starts ordering some of Arya's men. And Arya's like, oh, hells no. Arya is not going to be put down from her position on Omega by anybody. She doesn't care who they are. So for someone to be ordering her men around, she's like, biotic slap to the face, like breaks this freaking guy's nose or something. Don't you dare tell my foos what to do. They's my foes. So the elusive man had told Arya that they wanted to, that Cerberus wanted to make like this agreement thing with Arya. And at this point, it jumps to a point where Arya and this general, Petrovsky, are on his ship, like in space, and they're just waiting for more of these creatures to come, more of the ships to come, because the elusive man was like, they're actually starting to learn how to pilot the like the heavier ships, the ones with the guns and all that. So right now they were just jumping into like the transport ships, which were not very dangerous on their own, but they were starting to know how to control the other ships. So he was like, we have to take them down now. And Arya tells this Petrovsky guy, she's like, so what? Were you just gonna wait here for them to come? He's like, yeah, this type of technique has worked and all that. So they're just waiting there. And on Omega, the Colonel Ash, the guy that started to order Arya's men around, and she got all pissed. He stayed on Omega because Arya didn't let him come. She was like, no, you're staying here. You're not coming with us. So so this Ash guy stays on Omega, and they actually have him in cuffs, like they have him chained up. And the Krogan, Arya, one of Arya's Krogans, and Anto are like picking on this guy. They're like, that's what you get for going against Arya and all this. And then he's like, well, maybe this is the place that I want to be. And he like chokes the Krogan and freaking kills these guys. I don't know if it was Anto, actually. Probably not. I don't know, but it was a few of Arya's men, and this guy kills them, like cuts their throat and stuff, and he gets the comm, like one of the comms. He contacts the elusive man, and he says, this is Agent Ash calling the elusive man. I'm ready to start the real battle for Omega. What? So that's the end. I don't know what that meant, but like always, Cerberus and the elusive man have some other plans, some other card under their sleeve. They're always pulling these things, and something makes me think that I think the elusive man or Cerberus wanted to get Arya off Omega to do something. Like this Ash guy, this Agent Ash, is supposed to do something on Omega without Arya there. So maybe they had to like lure her away from Omega to do this. And what they're gonna do, I don't know. And I don't know. It's getting interesting. So far we don't know too much. We don't know what's going on. The issue 2 is gonna come out in November 16th, and issue 3 is gonna be in December 21st. So we still got a way to go, but it seems like a really good series, and I think it's going to answer a lot of stuff. Especially now I'm starting to think, I'm like, okay, I had my theory. If you guys watch my Mass Effect talks about the elusive man, I had my theory that the elusive man was indoctrinated, like during, like way before Mass Effect 2 and all that. But after reading this, there could be another theory that the elusive man hasn't been indoctrinated yet, but since he's been around a lot of Reaper tech and all this Reaper stuff. He's behind the Omega 4 relay. He's surrounded by a lot of Reaper tech and a lot of Reaper things. And if you're around a lot of that stuff for a long time, you could get indoctrinated. Of course, it has to be a specific type of Reaper thing for it to indoctrinate. So I don't know what is behind there. I don't know what Cerberus is found behind the Omega 4 relay. But if they are in contact with some kind of Reaper indoctrinating thing, they probably don't even know that it's indoctrinating them. Maybe that's how Cerberus becomes indoctrinated, because of what they were doing with this whole thing. Maybe they were trying to find out more about the Reapers to fight them, but they were just around it too much and they probably got indoctrinated. So when these things slap you in the face and that energy, that's like they're infecting you. and that's how you become this adjutant thing. So it's kind of like that energy that they pulsate into you. It's almost, that's like the Reaper technology. But it seems like Cerberus created these or did these, which I don't know how they did them or what, but we are going to find out in the rest of the comics. And like I said, I think this is, and like I said, this is going to be leading to Mass Effect 3, not because I think so, but because Mac Walters already said. Mac Walters did write this, by the way, with a few other writers, but Mac Walters was the lead. So yeah, that's basically what Mass Effect Invasion, the first comic, is about. Hope that helped for any of you that aren't gonna read it for whatever reason. So yeah, I will be doing one of these for all of the issues, because like I said, this is gonna be an important series. I think an important comic before Mass Effect 3. So I guess I'm gonna end this here, and I'll talk to you guys later.